Warning, this video contains spoilers for a lot of Star Wars content. Hello everybody, my name is Sergeant Bricks, or Captain Cat, whatever one you prefer, and today we're ranking every single Star Wars movie and series. We're not including anything like the holiday specials or the Lego stuff, so without further ado, let's hop into it. Coming in at 23rd place is Star Wars Resistance, and if you heard of it, great job, because I'm pretty sure no one knows what this is. And honestly, the animation, the story, is just bad. 22nd place goes to Rise of Skywalker, and I'm pretty sure it's, we can all agree that it's a bad movie. It's, I don't know what else to say, it's just that bad. I can barely think of anything that's good. I did like seeing the Rebel ship, though. I thought that was cool that they actually added it, instead, just ignoring it and just having other ships. 21st place goes to The Last Jedi, and the only thing that I could think of was the Porgs. Now, that's the only thing that was good about it. Yeah, I would rate it lower otherwise. 20th place goes to the 2D Clone Wars micro shorts things. It's just like, if you've watched it, great job too, because it's the kids show. Like, it's actually meant to be a kids show and such. And it's just pretty bad. Captain Fordo was one of the coolest parts about the thing. Otherwise, it was just a generic kids show. But I would like to know, leave your answer down in the comments below. Do you like the loud clones from the actual Clone Wars, or the silent clones from the 2D Clone Wars? Here's a clip.
Is there a better spot than this? A better defensive position?
19th place goes to the Book of Boba Fett, and they've ruined Boba Fett. The coolest characters weren't even the main character. Boba Fett used to be this ruthless bounty hunter. Now he's a sad old man. And the coolest episodes had the Mandalorian, not Boba Fett. Anyways, Ahsoka is the next one at 18th place. Now, I didn't like whatsoever that lightsabers are just now cooler looking swords. The flashback scenes I actually really liked, since I'm a big fan of the Clone Wars, and seeing Captain Rex was amazing. 17th place goes to
Kenobi!
It was just unneeded, unwanted. It was they didn't, Darth Vader and Obi-Wan didn't have to meet. It was an unnecessary film. I don't think anybody was really looking forward to seeing this, except it was just Star Wars, so yeah. And most of the thing, young Princess Leia, who was unbelievably annoying, was making the decisions, and Obi-Wan was just sitting there. 16th place goes to The Phantom Menace. Now, I actually like this film pretty much, but I couldn't place it higher since everything else was better. It just went super slow, and I know it was needed and such because it needed to tell so much, but it was just, yeah. Oh, by the way, why is Obi-Wan getting kicked so much? 15th place goes to The Force Awakens. Now, it was just a copy of The New Hope. There was nothing else to say. 14th place goes to Attack the Clones. Now, it was a good film, but it had some very weird dialogue. Some of the classics are, I don't like sand, I killed them all, but not just the men, but the women and the children too. Yeah, there's a few others that I'm not listing, but that is basically it that I need to say. It was a good film, otherwise I can't really think of anything else that's bad. 13th spot goes to Solo, and this is a pretty reasonable spot. The main problem I had with it it doesn't make that much sense because he's supposed to be a person who only really cares about himself. Maybe Chewie, but like that's it. And they kind of made him too nice. And having Darth Maul was cool. And that's pretty much it. 12th spot goes to the Clone Wars movie. Now, this is one of my favorite movies growing up. For a few years, this was my favorite movie of all time before I actually watched other movies that were better. Looking back, though, it's just a longer episode of the Clone Wars, just expanded into 2 hours instead of 20 minutes. Now, like, it's just like, I mean, it's okay, and I love the Battle of Christophsis. Next spot goes to Andor, which is good, but it just doesn't feel like Star Wars. Like, if you watched it, you would understand. If you didn't know any of the characters that were in it, you wouldn't say, oh, that's Star Wars. Anyways, we're about to go in the top 10, so let's take a quick break to relax. Spot goes to The Mandalorian, which was a great idea to have a Western Star Wars movie, and it was just a great series, but we can all agree that it's going downhill. The movie's probably going to be some pretty bad stuff, but and the main reason why most people watched it was just because of Baby Yoda, which is like that's just yeah. Ninth spot goes to The Empire Strikes Back. And now, I'm probably going to get a lot of comments saying that this is a bad choice to put it this low. But, personally, I was going to put it lower. I didn't enjoy the movie that much. And now, looking back, I actually liked it. But this line hit so hard.
No, I am your father.
8th spot goes to The New Hope, which I'm probably going to get some people mad that I rated it this high or this low, but I personally didn't enjoy the movie as much as some other people. I just liked some of the movies that are higher up on the list a lot more. So, yeah, of course there's problems about the movie, but yet again, that's expected since it's the first Star Wars movie ever with not a big budget. But one of this scene right here that I'm playing, I loved that scene when I was younger, and still do. Anyways, 7th place goes to The Return of the Jedi. I really like the movie, and I can't think of that much stuff that's wrong with it. But this line, I love it.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Cool, am I right? Anyways, 6th spot goes to The Rebels, which I love the series. First 2 seasons, really kiddish, but yet again, it's a kid show. Like, it literally is. And Thrawn was absolutely crazy in the show. Like, he killed his own people and such, and like, yeah, the Ahsoka duel against Darth Vader was a masterpiece, and just watch this clip here.
Ahsoka. Ahsoka.
Anakin, I won't leave you. Not this time.
Then you will die.
Cool, right? Anyways, next spot is the Clone Wars. No, I'm just kidding. It's the Tales of the Jedi. Honestly, I liked it since it was just a continuation of a little bit of the Clone Wars. And speaking of the Clone Wars, 4th spot is the Bad Batch, which is basically just what happens to some of the clones after the Clone Wars. And it's just, I really liked it. It just shows how violent the Empire is sometimes. And it was just like, it's the Jedi aren't really anymore, it's the Sith, and yeah. And just some other stuff that I just want to mention quickly is Crosshair being the bad guy is great, and Hauser's speech is amazing. First spot goes to Rogue One, which is totally deserved. I'm not gonna put this up to debate. I mean, you guys can have your personal opinions, but it just showed how hard it was for the rebels to get the Death Star plan, and it's just like, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's like right up there with some other stuff, like the 2 other Star Wars movies that I'm about to list, and like some Avenger movies and some other type of movies. It was just like, it's just like, this movie was amazing. I cannot praise it enough. It's great. I love it. You watch it right now. Get. What? Second spot goes to Revenge of the Sith. It's amazing. It's great. If you haven't watched it, go watch it right now. Drop what you're doing. You're doing school? Too bad. You gotta watch Star Wars. That's one of the best movies of all time, I think. Well, not of all time, but for me, it's in my top 10 movies of all time and series of all time and such. But it was just great. Order 66, so sad, especially if you watch the Clone Wars and actually know who these characters are instead of just them being background characters. It's just it was great, like so great. I like it so much, and the memes are amazing. Just look.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! You underestimate my power! Don't try it!
First place, without a doubt, goes to the Clone Wars. Now, people who haven't watched it, Tree Branch, they don't know what they're missing out on. I said drop what you're doing to watch Rogue One and Revenge of the Sith. You have to watch 7 series of the Clone Wars, because you don't know what you're missing out on. This is the best piece of movie and series that I've ever watched. It's like the best ever. Best story, in my opinion. Best, like, just amazing. Amazing. And people who say it's a kid's show, look at this. That scene was so dark and sinister that even Cartoon Network had to get rid of it when they were airing the Clone Wars. That just shows. There's some other scenes I'm also mentioning that are crazy. Some of my favorite fictional characters come from the Clone Wars, like Fives and Captain Rex. And just the duel at the 7th series where Ahsoka's fighting Maul and the Dark Sidious duel are crazy. Okay, that's it. I finished ranking every single Star Wars TV show and movie. Now, let me know if I should do something else, like rank every single Marvel, sorry, I almost said Star Wars there, TV show and movie. And if I should maybe do something else, like rank the 25 best Star Wars characters or Marvel characters. Or if I should do something like top 25 saddest scenes or top 25 saddest best lightsaber duels. Anyways, without further ado, I'll see you guys later. Bye!